Hey, happy Tuesday. Happy book review day. Today's book is The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. He's an Irish author, and I'd never read anything by him, but I saw this was shortlisted, I think, for the Booker Prize, which is a list I actually enjoy most of the books that come up on that. And honestly, I didn't remember much about it other than it had piqued my interest. And so when it came available on Libby, our um, audiobook system through our library, I scooped it up and I listened to it. So that's why I have this in audiobook form. It was 26 hours, I think, something like that. And in book form, it's 650 pages, something along those lines. So it's a big chunky book, but I'll say it goes very quick. And big overview, it's a family saga. So basically, what you have is the setting is in Ireland, 2008 during the financial collapse, and you have this family of four, and they were very wealthy, and the financial collapse is causing their business to fail. Well, weirdly, other businesses are kind of rebounding. They seem to really be struggling, and the business is essentially a garage, where they do auto repair. Um, and what Murray does in this is you get different parts of the book from different perspectives, which I really enjoy. So on the surface, it's this story about financial collapse, and then you get Dickie, the father's perspective, telling his story and background. You get Cass as the daughter. She's a teenager. I can't remember if she's 16, 17, something like that. And then you have the son who's PJ. He's the youngest. I think he's 12 or 13. And you have Imelda, the mother or wife, and you get each of their perspectives, and they're written in different styles. I mean, not just different kind of tones, but first person, third person, second person, and so it's kind of experimental that way. I thought it worked really well. Um, and really, what you learn through that is how little each of the characters knows about the other people. Each of them seems to have their own compartmentalized life with lots of secrets that nobody else seems to be aware of, and or maybe they didn't bother to ask. Um, so Dickie has a secret that drives his kind of guilt and shame and embarrassment, which is really one of the big driving forces through the novel. Um, it's a spoiler, slight spoiler. It partly is the reason the business isn't doing well. Um, and everybody in the book has these kind of secrets or things they're struggling with that they don't share with the other people. Um, and if you think family saga or drama, you might not think it's super exciting, but it's interesting. Like each section just kind of builds and builds, and kind of one of the reviews referred to it as a slow moving freight train, and I think that's fair because it kind of chugs along, and by the time you get to the end, it's really barreling down the track. Um, the end is a little contentious. I'll leave it at that um, because it. I remember a short story called "The Lady or the Tiger," um, which was about gladiators and opening a door and not knowing what was behind the door, and it ends ambiguously. And this kind of reminded me of that. Um, I would also say one of the other kind of interesting components here is an Irish folk tale about the traveler, which is very much like the Rip Van Winkle kind of story. And I don't know which came first. I would imagine the Irish folk tale, the traveler. But basically, the traveler goes off and falls asleep for 100 years and comes back not realizing that everything has changed. And um, it echoes through each of the stories. Every one of the characters is changed in this way um, as well. So, anyway, I would definitely recommend The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. Oh, and if you're wondering where the title comes from, um, at their wedding, between Dickie and Imelda. Imelda refuses to remove her veil because she said she was stung on the face. And this is a story also that gets told in different ways throughout the book. So anyway, The Bee Sting, Paul Murray. I would definitely recommend it. What are you listening to or reading? I'm always looking for recommendations. Thanks. Have a great day.